Namaskar, good morning, Ram Ram. Welcome to your own channel AC Astro, and today we are here with a weekly horoscope week starting from 28th of April up to 4th of May. So how this week will behave? How many transits are there? One I know, very biggest, Jupiter. So let's welcome Akash Chauhanji from Calgary, Canada, with his research. Namaskar, Ram Ram.
Namaskar, Rohiji Ram Ram. Yes, today we are going to discuss about the weekly horoscope and what is going to happen. So here, 28th to 4th May, for Aries ascendant, Moon will enter into Sagittarius. That means it is entering into the ninth house. Moon here is a fourth house lord coming into the ninth house means lot of happiness, lot of you can expect good news in the home area, home environment, and also higher learning can be seen during this time. Then Moon will enter into Capricorn into the 10th house. Now here 10th house is related to career. Moon will be exactly opposite to this house, putting an aspect on the fourth house, which is restoring happiness, peace in the home area. So that means work life balance will be very, very good. In career also, the lord of the career is sitting in the 11th house, very, very benefic position. So good news is coming to the career way also. Then Rohitji, the biggest transit of 2024, that is Jupiter transiting into Taurus. Finally, that day has come when Jupiter, 1st of May, will transit into Taurus and become it's a very benefic planet, very awesome time for all the Aries ascendant people, especially related to finances, your family, in terms of your speech and in terms of speaking. Those who are into fields like teaching, and those who are into fields like what is a sales and marketing, very, very good time for them. And because of Jupiter, there is a bigger video of Jupiter which you can go and see, that you will get more idea about it. And Jupiter aspecting Ketu here will make sure that all the problems related to health and workplace ends now, and things will be good for good. Then Moon enters into Aquarius. Now Moon entering into Aquarius will always, in once in a month, Moon will make a Vishya Yoga. So this is the time that you have to be very careful from the your network, your social network, your networking, that kind of area. You have to be careful not to reveal your secrets, because this is a time that some kind of dispute, some kind of problem can be seen. But on the other hand, there is a possibility of doing something out of suddenly some gains can come to you. Then Moon enters into Pisces here. Now Pisces already have Rahu here, so Rahu and Moon together will not be a very, very good time for you. But because Mars is here, and Mars and Moon are going to make Mahalakshmi Yoga, so here this is the problem, that sleep problem can come during the end of the week. And you can be intoxicated, alcohol, maybe day, in the night there may be some kind of what you say, episode of sleeplessness or insomnia. That is what can be seen. But overall, a very good time for Aries ascendant people this whole week. Only in the end of the week, like weekend, is when you have to be careful, when Moon enters into 11th and 12th houses for you. Otherwise, all the best. Career wise, so it's awesome because Jupiter is putting an aspect on the 10th house, the ninth aspect. So your destiny is going to rise in the career area. Very, very good.
And Akashji, I think this is the first week of I think 2024 that there are four transits of moon. Otherwise, three or two we see four transit of moon.
Four transits of Moon, transit of the biggest planet,
Jupiter.
Jupiter in the solar system. So very, very nice time for all the people. All the best. Moving on to Taurus ascendant people. When we talk about you, here Moon is entering into Sagittarius on April of 28. When we see here Moon is coming to the 8th house, so the Lord of the 3rd house coming into the 8th house, that means secrets, some kind of communication that has been kept from you will be revealed, and you will get to know some deep dark secrets, and that can come through your siblings, siblings area. Then Moon enters into Capricorn into the ninth house. Now this is the house of destiny, long distance travel. Also, it is exactly opposite to the 3rd house. That means you will have an upper hand in any kind of problem, any kind of communication that you want to do with your siblings, younger siblings, and stuff like that. So here, on the other hand, those who are looking for higher education, those who are looking for travel, this is a very good time for you. Then the biggest transit of the year, Jupiter, Brahaspati Dev, will be coming into the ascendant, and coming into the ascendant puts awesome aspects on the 5th house, 7th house, and 9th house. So your self-confidence will be up, but with that, your creativity, your relationships, and your destiny, all is taking like an awesome time. Awesome news for you for progeny, any kind of offspring, any kind of reproduction, any kind of IVF, everything will work for you. All the best. Then moon enters into the 10th house. This is when moon will be making a conjunction with Saturn. Saturn and moon together always make Vishya Yoga. But because it is Kendra, Saturn is in Mool Trikon, the intensity will be less. But what we have to do in career area, we don't have to be very harsh, or we don't have to be emotional fools. We want to make decisions with a lot of practical, being practical. That is what is required. And moon goes to the 11th house. Now this is the time that moon is going to make a conjunction with Rahu here. So Rahu and Moon is Grahana Yoga. But on the other hand, Moon is also going to make a very good conjunction with Mars, because Mars and Moon is Mahalakshmi Yoga. So that means monetary wealth is coming, but still you can be under illusion. You may be expecting 1 million, you will get only $5,000. That is what can happen in this case. So illusion can play to your mind. Especially, beware of friends if they're trying to tell you, let's invest this, that. No, nothing during this week. Just ignore. Otherwise, very awesome week because of Jupiter transit. So all the best. Amazing time for Taurus ascendant people. Moving on to Gemini ascendant people. When we talk about Gemini, Moon enters Sagittarius in the 7th house. Second house Lord in the 7th house. Moon is a Maraka here. Right? It's not a very positive planet, but still, this is the time to gain from partnerships. If you have been waiting to get some result out of partnership, awesome time for you. You are going to grow from it. Then moon is entering into the 8th house. This is also gains from partnership. This is amazing time. In fact, the investment that you have done in the past, or if you're waiting to hear or get something from the things related to investments related to insurance, or investments related to your mutual funds maturing and giving you money back, very good time. Shared resources, very good time. Money from family, you're expecting, it will come. So great time for you. Then we go is the biggest transit of the year. Brahaspati, Jupiter Devta, goes into the 12th house. Now, everywhere on YouTube, they are putting a lot of poison. Jupiter will go to 12th house. Expenses will happen. Expenses will happen, and expenses has to happen. Debt will go up, and it has to go up, but for good reasons. Expenses will happen because Jupiter is aspecting the 5th house, Ketu. The fifth aspect on the 4th house, where Ketu is sitting, and that is the house related to vehicles and property. And Brahaspati, Jupiter is aspecting on the 6th house, that is related to death. So you will take debt related to property, or for vehicle. So what is wrong in it? We have to do progress, right? So there is going to be these kind of things. But on the other hand, problems related to health are getting solved. Lot of foreign travel can happen. Very good time to repay your debts. Good time for research, and those who are into IT and medical field, doing big research, is very good time for you. Then moon enters into Aquarius into the 9th house for you, where moon and Saturn will make a Vishya Yoga. So this is the time, very very careful from fraudulent people, especially those in the spiritual realm who try to take money out of you, do this puja, that puja. You have to be careful during this time, not to take any kind of not to make any kind of decisions in that area. But on the other hand, this is a time of higher learning. This is the time of visiting temple, going to some pilgrimage. This is that time, so make the most of it. Then moon enters into the 10th house. Now here moon will be making a conjunction with Rahu. This conjunction is a little bit of challenge, because this is illusion completely. Your mind goes into illusion, but it is also making a conjunction with Mercury, debilitated Mercury, and Mars. Mars conjunction and moon conjunction is always called Mahalakshmi Yoga. So monetary benefits, those who are into business, or those who are into consulting, or those who are getting some contracts, very good time for them. But there can be illusions. Some people can make you fool, or you may do an interview and think, yes, done, I will now quit in my place. So be careful not to speak anything about it during this time. Otherwise, it can create some major problem in your life. So career wise, you have to be careful during this week. All the best. Moving on to Cancer ascendant people, Rohiji. Here, moon enters into Sagittarius into the 6th house. So, Lagna Lord in the 6th house means health wise challenge, debt wise challenge, some kind of, sorry to say, Cancer ascendant. You guys, moon is traveling every 2 days, and lot of ups and downs in your life. All the Cancer ascendant people are going through a lot of emotional ups and downs, and this is the time things will be good in terms of your health and all, but it can create some disturbance in daily routines or at workplace. This is what is seen. Then moon enters into the 7th house finally. Kendra Lord in the Kendra, it's called Raja Yoga. Here this means that moon is going to be very benefic in terms of partnerships or in terms of status. If you're looking for higher status in your work area, this is the time to demand for it. Then Jupiter comes into the 11th house, what a beautiful time for you. Jupiter aspecting the third house now, so that means all the communication that was going wrong now becomes positive for you. Jupiter aspects the fifth house for you, higher learning, good romantic approach in your life, and children, happiness from them. And Jupiter aspecting the seventh house, this is the aspect that will restore a lot of relationship problem losses that you were going through. So very good time for you, no problem here. Jupiter in the 11th house will give you all your desires will come to it, will be fulfilled during this year, now in this transit. So all the best. Then Moon enters into the 8th house. Now Lagna Lord in the 8th house, lot of deep dark secrets revealed, but it is with Saturn. This can cause disputes in partnerships also. That means you will hear or know something about someone who's trying to cheat you or something, and he or her can cheat you, and you can now it will be revealed, the truth will be revealed during this time. So make the most of it. On the other hand, good time for financial transactions or getting money from your partnerships, good time for this time. And then in the ninth house, Moon is entering into the house of Pisces, where Moon is going to be making a conjunction with Rahu. So your mind, or your mind can be in illusion related to philosophy, related to this. Some people will say, I don't believe in God, this, that, whatnot. But your destiny is very, very awesome, because Moon and Mars are also making a conjunction. So Mahalakshmi Yoga, that is a very positive sign for all the Cancer ascendant people. All the best. Moving on to Leo ascendant people, here Moon is entering the fifth house. The fifth house is very awesome. So 12th house Lord in the fifth house means any education, anything that has to do with foreign country, your children in foreign country, education in foreign country, anything expenses related to education, children, love can happen during this time. So be ready to spend some money. Then Moon enters into the sixth house. This makes a Viprit Raj Yoga when the 12th house Lord is in the sixth house. So any trouble, problem, struggle from enemies will be taken care of. You are going to be so awesome that no one will be able to do anything to you. So this is a very, very good time. In fact, this is also the time because Moon is aspecting the 12th house. So some travel will be happening. There's going to be some travel that you may, expenses in that area also will be happening. So all the best for it. And then the biggest transit of the year, which you have been waiting for. Jupiter comes into the 10th house, looks at the second house, tells that, okay, money increase. Looks at the fourth house, real estate, vehicles, happiness increase. Looks at the sixth house and says debt decrease. So very good time for you. And career-wise, this is one of the best ever. This year from now on till next year, Jupiter is going to do awesome things for you. Then Moon does not stop here and enters the seventh house, and 12th house Lord in the seventh house means loss or trouble in relationships. Here be careful, in relationships there can be sudden ups and downs which can create a problem, and it is continuing because it is sitting with Saturn, who makes a wish yoga, but it is going in the eighth house and making illusion also. So you will be making your own stories about your relationships. There can be some rift in that area, but positively, those who are into any kind of real estate, or those who are awaiting any kind of judgment on their inheritance, very good time for them. You may gain from land also during this time, because again in this week, this is a very special week when Moon makes two times Viprit Raj Yoga, first in sixth house, then in eighth house. So it is an awesome time. So a lot of obstacles will be taken care of. So all the best. Amazing time for Leo ascendant people. Do well, and partnership area, just be careful. Virgo ascendant people. Now Moon enters into Sagittarius into the fourth house. Now what is the fourth house? Is the house related to vehicles, happiness, and Moon is the property also, and Moon is the planet of your mind, and if mind is happy, everything is happy. Now Moon here can create little bit of challenge, especially this challenge can be related to your how do I say, this challenge can be related to your inner peace and happiness. Moon is sitting 11th house Lord, sitting in the fourth house. Not a very, very awesome place for Moon to be, because this is the place, Moon is the Karaka of this house, but this is the sign of Jupiter. Moon is not very comfortable here, so you have to be very careful related to your inner peace. Lagna Lord also enemy, Kendra Lord also. All the four Kendras are enemies of Moon, so you have to be careful that your inner peace can be disturbed. Health of mother can be challenged during this time. But later, Moon enters into the fifth house. This is a good time because it is exactly opposite to the 11th, aspecting the 11th. So your gains, monetary gains are happening. Even gains from your from your mother is seen during this time. So that means earlier there was some problem, but now gains from mother, gains from motherland, gains from homeland is seen during this time. So good news. Then later, Jupiter, the biggest planet, transits into the ninth house, the Bhagyastan. Finally, the eighth house is now done. Jupiter moves to the ninth house. Very awesome time. Your ascendant personality development, anything related to communication, awesome, and anything related to second child. Now you have to start planning for higher education, second child, creativity, startups. This is what will happen with all the Virgo ascendant people during this month. Then Moon enters into the sixth house. 11th house Lord in the sixth house means some kind of problem or health problem in the stomach area, some kind of, food poisoning, disease, some kind of health issues, not feeling good, under the weather. These are the kind of things that you will be happening, and especially food poisoning can happen. Then later it to the seventh house. Here Rahu and Moon will make a conjunction, and it is going to be a conjunction that is related to illusion in the relationship area. So there can be a little bit of challenge in relationship. But those who are into partnership business, because Moon and Mars is also going to make a conjunction, that is Mahalakshmi Yoga. So they are going to expect some good returns during this time. So that is, see, everything there is positive also, negative also. But on an overall level, this is the time to take care of your health during this week. Otherwise, everything looks positive. All the best, Virgo ascendant. Libra ascendant, Libra. When we talk about Libra, Moon will enter into Sagittarius on April 28th, and this is the third house for you. Okay, Moon is the 10th house Lord going into the third house. That means some kind of communication from your work side will come, which will make you a little bit anxious, or you have to work harder in that area. So this is the week of hard work. Okay, it starts with the hard work, and then Moon enters to the fourth house, aspect in the 10th house. It means you will be able to accomplish all the goals that were here, that were supposed to be done by you. So happiness, inner peace, all the how we say, meeting mother, having some kind of good conversation with mother or motherly figures, buying some kind of property or some kind of vehicles is also seen, or starting that process is also seen. Every week when Moon comes here, we cannot buy property, right? But we can think, some people are thinking about it, that can happen. Then Moon enters, then Jupiter comes into the eighth house. Now Jupiter here is very awesome for you, because it comes the eighth house. It's challenge. But other hand, it makes a Vipreet Raj Yoga. It is a kingly kind of yoga for you. When the sixth house Lord is in the eighth house, aspecting the 12th house, aspecting the second house, aspecting the fourth house. So now property is very confirmed, expenses is confirmed, foreign travel is confirmed, also your bank balance goes bigger. So it's a very awesome year for all the Libra ascendant people. Then Moon enters into Aquarius, into the fifth house, makes a wish yoga. Very careful about your children. Your children during this time need a little bit of more guidance. There can be a little bit of problem, some kind of sadness that can come. Maybe creativity wise, you will feel sad. So somewhere in that area, you have to be careful. Then Moon enters into the sixth house. Sixth house is the house that is related to, diseases, enemies, debt. Now here Moon is making debt wise, everything is taken care of, very good, because Moon and Mars will make a conjunction. So Mahalakshmi Yoga, so debt, money is coming through workplace. But Moon and Rahu is making conjunction. So here some kind of illusion can come to you. Some kind of health scare, not death scare, health scare can come to you, that okay, something happened, now what do I do? So we have to be careful during this week. Otherwise, everything looks awesome. Jupiter is doing awesome transit. So all the best, Libra ascendant people. For Scorpio ascendant people, when we talk about this week, Moon will enter into Sagittarius, into the second house. That means wealth is going to be restored, and suddenly there's going to be some destiny helping you to get some wealth, some accumulated wealth. Or maybe, if you are trying to sell your property and stuff like that, this is the right week. Property or vehicle, you may gain from it. Then Moon enters into the third house. Communication wise, for higher education, anything for travel, short distance travel can happen during this time, and it may not be fruitful. Sorry, things are not looking in that way, because Moon is coming into the third house. Whenever a positive planet will come into third, sixth, eighth, and 12th, this is the time that little bit of hardships come, and this is that week, that day of the week where you have to be careful. Then Moon Then this biggest transit happens where we have to not take any trouble, because Saturn and Jupiter enters into the seventh house for you, aspecting the 11th house, aspecting the Lagna, aspecting the third house. So communication wise, awesome time, gains awesome. In your Lagna, it is looking, that means very, very great time for, your what you how we say, your development. Also great time for your relationships are going to get cured during this time, so very, very awesome time. Moon enters into the fourth house now. The ninth house lord is in the fourth house. That means during this time, any kind of thing that you're requiring from from your father, some assistance related to property, related to vehicles, you may get it. But remember, fourth house is the house related to heart, lungs, chest. This is a time when Saturn sitting here. This whole year might have been problem for Scorpio ascendant people, getting lot of cold, lot of chest problems, lot of breathing problems, because Saturn is a cold planet and is sitting on your chest during this whole year, from 23rd of 17th of January 2023. And Moon is also a cold planet, and so both sitting together can create a little bit of health problems, especially cold cough. This is what you will have to go through during this week. And then coming to the fifth house, Moon is making an conjunction with Rahu and Mars and Mercury. Mercury is debilitated, okay, so we have to be very careful in terms of the communication with, yeah, emotionally we will try to ruin the communication in our relationships, in our love life. But on the other hand, Moon and Mars here can make Mahalakshmi yoga, which can create a lot of wealth through children, through creativity. But there can also be, you can, making wealth is good, but then again getting greedy and make more wealth, then Rahu and Moon will take action, and you can be under illusion and lose some wealth also. So this is a time to be patient, lot of patience. If money comes to you, don't spend it, don't reinvest it, just keep it, park it with you. This is what is required. Otherwise, very, very great week, awesome time for Scorpios and people. Sagittarius. Moon enters into Sagittarius only in the Lagna, the eighth house lord in the Lagna. A lot of secrets will be revealed. Suddenly, you will have motivation to do something unexpected, unconventional. So, let it be in ethical way. That is more important. Otherwise, when we talk about Moon entering into the second house, this is the time that sudden wealth can be received. Suddenly, some kind of speculative wealth can come. Health wise, very good time. Very good time for family reunion. Some kind of hidden agenda that your family might be working against you or with you might come out, and everything will be revealed. But this is a time that you try to forgive them and move forward with happiness. Speech wise, those who are into teaching, those who are into any kind of mostly Sagittarius people are into teaching, coaching, because of Jupiter influencing their ascendant. So that's a very good time for them. Then biggest transit happens when Brahaspati, that is Jupiter, the Lagna lord, enters the sixth house into Taurus. That means this is the time that Lagna himself, Lord, coming into curing all the problems related to enemies, related to debt, and related to lot of, your workplace. All the things are getting cured. In terms of that, Jupiter aspecting the 10th house means growth in this area related to your workplace. Aspecting the 12th house means very, very good foreign travel, expenses for foreign travel. Not a problem. It should happen so that you can gain. But on the other hand, ninth aspect is on the second house, which means that lot of monetary savings will happen for all the Sagittarius ascendant people's awesome time. Then Moon enters into the third house. Third house is the house where if any kind of positive planets enter here, like Moon, like Venus and things, it is a time of struggle then. So this is the time that Moon will struggle here. There can be some kind of communication, argument or something, especially in your with your partners. This can create a little bit of rift during this time, so you have to be careful. Then Moon comes into the fourth house. Moon is the Karaka of the fourth house, but this is not the right place for Moon to be, because Moon is with Rahu, Moon is with Mercury, both are enemies. Moon is with Mars, which is an extreme good friend and makes Mahalakshmi yoga. So if any property transaction is happening, money is going to come. But if not, that is not happening, there can be problem. Inner peace, happiness, social security will be challenged, and you may feel a little weaker during the end of the week. But otherwise, a great, great time for all the Sagittarius ascendant people. For Capricorn ascendant people, Moon is entering the 12th house. So travel is seen from, as soon as Moon will enter, travel is there. You're going to be traveling. And especially if you see during this time, expenses will be on the rise. Moon is going to enter the Lagna, the ascendant. And here, that means this is a time of, again, seventh house lord in the first house means there's going to be some kind of relationship rifts. You will be able to you will have a lot of trouble adjusting with some relationships during this time. So that can be mostly your spouse. So but I think because moon is aspecting the seventh house, so basically you will get a lot of support and wisdom during this time, so hope for the best. Then Jupiter transits to finally to the fifth house, aspecting the ninth house. Pilgrimages, long distance travel, aspecting the 11th house. Biggest to biggest goals will be completed, and aspecting the ascendant. That means this is the year that you will wisdom wise. You will become more wiser and take right decisions in your life. So it is a very good transformative learning period for you. Then Moon will enter into Aquarius, into the second house, where Moon is going to make a wish yoga with Saturn, and second house is where the mouth is. So while eating, you may get some kind of health problems. Suddenly, then you can get some kind of stomach issues or some kind of problem, because it is as both are aspecting the eighth house, where we how we excrete the food out. So there can be loose motions or some kind of stuff like that. You may feel some kind of health problem. This is what is happening. But on the monetary side, very good time for you. Money is going to come to you. So that is the best time. Then it enters into the third house. Rahu is very good in third house. Mars is very good in third house. Mercury and Moon are not very good in third house. The extreme hard work, some kind of short distance travel with little bit of unexpected events, or maybe um, some kind of non-worthy travel will happen, which will create a little bit of stress in your life. But otherwise, this is a very good week because of transit of Jupiter. Jupiter is going to take over bigger things in life. All these small things does not matter. So let's see the bigger things and remove small things from our life. So all the best. For Aquarius ascendant people, here Moon is going to be entering into the 11th house. Now, sixth house hard in the 11th house Lord means some kind of disease, some kind of health problem, and a very small cold cough kind of problem that can come to you. So you have to be careful during this week. Then Moon enters into the 12th house. That means expenses due to health is also seen. So I'm sorry for it, but this is how it works. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Then Jupiter enters into Taurus. This is a very good time. Now Jupiter is going to be looking at the 8th house. That means illness, fear, and everything will go away. Jupiter is going to be looking at the 10th house. Your career will be absolutely doing awesome. And looking in the 12th house, I mean, if you are trying to go to a foreign country, your ticket to foreign country is very, very near. Let Jupiter take some degrees, you're going to go out. Especially those who are in research kind of areas, or data engineering, data analytics, engineering work, they will have a good chance this year to go to foreign country if you're Aquarius ascendant. Then Moon enters into ascendant. Now here Moon is the sixth house lord, so wherever it will go, it will create a little bit of challenge for you. Moon and sitting with the Lagna lord, being sixth house lord, means health wise okay, but mind wise you will be like little bit of challenge. There will be poison in your mind, trying to take some revenge with some other person, which will create and put you little bit backward. So don't do it. It is not worth it. Okay. Then Moon enters into the second house. This is the house of wealth, where Rahu and Moon can get you unconventional source, money from unconventional source, because Mars also promises Mahalakshmi Yoga here. So money is going to come, and because this money comes, and if you make some noise, you can get into legal troubles as well. So not to make any noise if there is any money coming from unconventional sources. Just have fun. Otherwise, a good week because of Jupiter transit. All the small things keep happening, but Jupiter is transiting. So awesome time in your career. If career is good, happiness is good. So all the best. Then comes Pisces ascendant people. When we talk about Pisces ascendant, Moon is in Sagittarius in the 10th house, and 10th house is all related to career. During this time, the 5th house lord in the 10th house means a lot of creativity in the career area, a lot of innovation in the career area. So good time. Your status increases in the career area. Very nice time for you. Then it enters into the 11th house. So obviously, if career is good, then it will go into the other side and you will get gains from it. So there's going to be some gains from your business or career area. Then Jupiter is going to be transiting into the third house. Now, third house is the house of hardship. Jupiter, wherever it comes, it eases the hardship. So your hardships are going to finally be eased. And on top of that, Jupiter aspecting the seventh house means very good news in your relationships, in your business partnerships. Very, very nice time in that area. Jupiter looking in the ninth house tells you travel, long distance travel due to your with your partner somewhere. You can plan some travel, as well as some kind of higher education can happen. So it's an awesome time. And because Jupiter is aspecting the 11th house, so big gains can be seen from the social or your networking. Very, very big gains. So this is a time to expand your business. Amazing time. Then Moon enters into the 12th house, tells you about expenses related to education, expenses related to kids, expenses related to romantic life. So these are the things that can happen during this time when Moon is in the 12th house. So control your expenses. Don't make sure that you go completely zero, and just do it in some what you say, balanced way. Then Moon enters into the Lagna. This is a very important time because Moon entering into the Lagna, it is making a conjunction with Rahu, can make you do unconventional things. Your mind will be into illusion. So not to take any decisions, hasty decisions regarding anything in the end of the week. I will quit my job, I will do this, that. No, nothing, because this is not the right time. And a lot of energies have shifted from your sixth house, from your different houses, from your eighth house, from your 10th house. So it has shifted, so there will be some turmoil in the work area, but not to get carried away. On the other hand, this is a time, if you willingly want, you can make some good money during this time, because Moon and Mars will make Mahalakshmi yoga as well. So hard work will give you money during this week. So all the best. I think that may God give you awesome week, and we will all meet next week. Till then, you just subscribe, and if you want to, WhatsApp link is below for your personal appointment. Thank you, Rohit ji, for your patience as well.
Thank you, Akashji. So much busy schedule you have, because you have to take consultations also. You have to do research on next videos also, and making videos also. So much of work. Thank you very much for this precious time, because lots of people work under the light of this weekly horoscope. How they have to work in this next coming week. Thanks to all the family members, all the subscribers, because this is your motivation, your love, that we able to make this video. Keep subscribing, keep sharing, and those who want to take consultation from Akashji, WhatsApp number on the screen, as well as a link in the description. Click connect, you will get a video consultation with Akashji. Thank you to all the family members. Thank you, Akashji.
Thank you,
We'll
Rohit.
meet you in next video. Till then, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Hanuman, Jai Mata Di, Om Namah Shivaya, Jai Malakshmi.